Maya had always known David as her mother's calm, steady husband, a man of few words but immense quiet kindness. When her mother accepted a year-long work assignment overseas, Maya assumed the house would feel empty. Surprisingly, it didn't. David's presence didn't fill rooms with sound, but with warmth. At 22, Maya was still navigating the limbo between college and adulthood. Her part-time job at a bookstore barely covered rent, and a recent breakup had left her emotionally frayed. One evening, she sat curled on the living room couch, her face buried in her hands. "You okay?" David's voice was soft but certain. He stood in the doorway, 2 mugs of tea in hand. Maya managed a faint smile. Just tired. He sat beside her, placing 1 mug gently on the coffee table. "You've seemed off lately. If you ever want to talk, I'm here." That simple offer, spoken with no expectation, gently cracked the wall she had built. "I just feel stuck," she admitted, "like I'm walking in circles and nothing's clear." David nodded. "I've been there. When I was your age, I quit my job, thinking I wanted something different. Truth is, I was just scared of failing where I was." Maya blinked. "I didn't know that." He smiled faintly. "Your mum's always been the hawker." In the weeks that followed, David's quiet strength became something Maya leaned on. They'd share leftovers at midnight, laugh over forgotten childhood stories, or talk about books they both loved. He never pushed, never judged, just listened. And slowly something began to shift. One cold evening, as she stood in front of an empty fridge, he appeared behind her. "Pizza?" he offered. "Perfect." Later, as thunder rolled outside and they watched an old movie in candlelight, David turned to her. "You're always prepared," Maya teased. David smiled. "That's one of the things I admire about you." His words hung in the air a little too long. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. His words echoed in her head, warming places she didn't know were cold. In the days after, her heart betrayed her. She began noticing more, the way his eyes crinkled when he smiled, how he always remembered her favorite snack, the way he checked her car tires without saying anything. Small things, quiet things, but they mattered. One night, while folding laundry together, she found herself watching him again, his rolled sleeves, the gentle care he took with each shirt. "You've been quiet," David said, glancing at her. "I'm just thinking." He looked at her, his gaze steady. "You know you can talk to me, right?" That night, Maya lay in bed, unable to escape the truth growing inside her. She felt something for David, something she shouldn't. She began pulling away, scared of what those feelings meant. She came home late, avoided dinners, mumbled excuses. David didn't press. Her chest tightened. She knew what he meant, and she hated that he was right. The next morning she found him near the door, a small bag packed. "You're leaving?" Her voice trembled. "I think some space might help," he said gently. "You don't have to go." "I think I do." She stepped closer, her breath shaky. "I've been confused, scared. I didn't know how to handle it." David looked at her, quiet, listening. "When you're around," she continued, "I feel safe, I feel different." His eyes softened. "Maya, I care about you. Probably more than I should, but it's complicated." "I'm not asking for anything," she whispered. "I just needed you to know." David hesitated, then nodded. "I think some space is still a good idea. But I will come back. I just need to think." When the door closed behind him, the silence was deafening. Days passed, then weeks. She didn't hear from him. She buried herself in work, tried to move on. But everything reminded her of him. One evening, while going through an old box of books, she found his leather bookmark, the one he always carried. Just seeing it unraveled her. Her hands shook as she typed the message, "I miss you. Please come home." No reply. Until the next evening. A knock at the door. David stood there looking tired but calm. "I wasn't sure if I should come back," he said. "I'm glad you did," she replied. They stood in silence, the distance between them smaller than it had ever been. "I needed time," he said, "to understand what I was feeling." "And now?" she asked. "I don't have all the answers, but I've missed you too, more than I should." Maya's heart thudded in her chest. "So what does this mean?" "It means I can't pretend anymore, but we have to be careful, slow. I'm not asking for anything right now," she said. "Just don't walk away." "You won't lose me," he promised. And in that quiet promise, something new began. In the weeks that followed, they built a careful rhythm. Dinners, long walks, unhurried conversations. It wasn't about labels, it wasn't easy, but it was real. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, they sat on the porch, his hand finding hers. "I don't know where this leads," David said, "but I want to find out, if you do." Maya smiled, her fingers lacing with his. "I do." For the first time in a long while, things didn't feel certain, but they finally felt right.